Well, ED is somewhat of a sensitive topic, Sean, not only for men, but the women who love them. But if you would like to seek treatment for ED, it's a very serious condition. There's someone right here in the Valley who can help. Boost Medical Clinic. And today we're going to demystify the subject.
No question. Andrew Reinhardt is here with Boost Medical Clinic, and he's joining us now with some information we need. Andrew, how are you, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing well. That's exactly right. Boost Medical Clinic has a new treatment. It's called acoustic wave therapy, and it is becoming very famous for what it's not. It's not a pill, it's not injections, it's not surgery. This uses pulsating acoustic waves that open up and regrow blood vessels. So, what does that mean? That means we can restore normal and natural function in the bedroom. We get rid of the erectile dysfunction and we get rid of all the medication. We're finally treating the root cause of the problem, which is those damaged, aging, or blocked blood vessels.
We don't have to settle for,
Mm.
we're just getting old. I guess that's just the way it's going to be. It doesn't have to be that way anymore. I know that this month is actually National Prostate Health Month. And prostate problems are something that is actually associated with ED. What other problems are associated with ED other than obviously the obvious?
Yeah, absolutely. We see a lot of guys that have had their prostate removed. They have an enlarged prostate, and a side effect of that, of course, is erectile dysfunction. Diabetes would be another one. We see
Yeah.
a lot of that. I will say our treatments are very
Mm.
successful with both of those. We're going to have you screened by a medical doctor first in either scenario, but those are two very common situations we see.
And speaking of treatment, I think you have shared with us that you just want to encourage people to not be ashamed or not be afraid of seeking treatment. I mean, I think this can often be like kind of an underreported, situation because men feel embarrassed or ashamed, and in fact, it can happen to men at almost any age. Isn't that true?
Absolutely. This can happen to any man, any couple. It wreaks havoc on the relationship. And you're right. They say 50% of men over 50 experience erectile
Wow.
dysfunction. I think the number is
Yeah.
way higher. And guys do nothing. And what happens when they do nothing? The problem gets worse. It doesn't go away on its own.
Yeah.
The relationship takes the hit. And then it becomes more difficult to treat and correct. So get it treated. Think about this. The average patient does 2 to 3 weeks of treatments with us. That's it. Rather than continue to struggle for a lifetime, 2 to 3 weeks from right now, you could be back on track in the bedroom.
Which is fantastic. I
Mm.
know obviously, yeah, this is something when if you're suffering from it, chances are you feel like you're on an island. You're not, and there's stuff that you can do. So
Mm.
you don't have to take the blue pill anymore. You don't have to break out the scalpel and I don't know even what the
Oh
heck goes on
no.
with that one. But
Wow.
no,
No.
tell us how this works. I mean, really, you're using sound waves to kind of reactivate that sucker down there.
We are. So it looks like an ultrasound machine. It's a handheld device, not intimidating. It's placed on the skin by one of our professionals in the clinic. It's about 8 to 10 minutes, and it delivers those pulsating waves through the skin into the blood vessels, kind of like breaking down a muscle in the gym and building it up stronger.
Yeah.
That's similar to what we're doing with the blood vessels. That's called neovascularization, by the way,
Okay.
clinically shown to increase blood flow. ED is a blood flow issue, guys. It's not a hormonal thing necessarily. You don't need to medicate it. We can treat the root cause and get the blood flow going where you want it, when you want it.
It reminds me, the description of it reminds me almost of like going to physical therapy for your, well, as my co-host so eloquently said it, your thing down there.
Yeah, exactly. That's
That was
really.
nice, Sean.
Thanks. Well, you know, what it is, it's kind of like priming the engine and just getting it ready to go. Because ultimately, the other thing that kind of stinks, especially with the blue pills, is you don't really have control. Once it's in there, it's like, all right, I guess we're along for the ride until it wears off. And this is just makes it so it used the way it should be used.
Yeah, exactly. So if there's somebody out there with erectile dysfunction, they can think back to when things worked normally. So if you're 50 years old, maybe that was 35 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Spontaneity in the bedroom. You didn't have to stress, you didn't have to pre plan. So you're exactly right. When you take a pill, this is assuming it works,
Yeah.
it opens up blood vessels everywhere. So what happens to your eyeballs? Well, they get bloodshot, your head, you get the headaches.
Yeah.
So it's not a targeted approach and it can be dangerous in some situations. I don't know anybody that enjoys taking the pill. This is the
Mhm.
natural way to get back to normal.
Look,
Well, and you mentioned natural, and quite frankly, I mean, I think there's a lot of pressure. There's like an action that we on men that it's just always going to work in the same way. It doesn't always work that way, does it?
It doesn't always work that way. I kind of say that
Mm-mm.
as we age, our hearing gets worse, our eyes get worse, and so does this. It's more normal than you think. I think this acoustic wave therapy is kind of a scientific breakthrough because men have been taking the pill for 30 years, and those days are finally over.
Finally get it done once and for all. Really quickly, let's talk about your special offer that you are doling out right now.
Yes, there is a ton of value in this. So if you're struggling with erectile dysfunction or your man is struggling, call us now. We will do the initial assessment, exam, even the blood flow ultrasound, totally free. Plus, we're going to throw in a little special gift. It produces instant results in the bedroom. This is maybe $500. It's totally free to those that call right now.
Wow. All right. It's great having you, Andrew. Thank you so much for joining us.
Andrew, thank you.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
All right. Take advantage of that special offer. Their number 702-710-5000. You could also go to boostmedicalclinic.com, and Boost Medical Clinic's a proud sponsor of the Morning Blend.